So earlier today, or I guess not earlier today, a couple hours ago, um, Game Informer actually posted a tweet out saying that basically informing us about the Resident Evil 4 remake. Um, they have officially the cover reveal has been revealed, and they have and Game Informer, the people who work at Game Informer, have played two chapters of the remake. They've played Chapter 1 and Chapter 5 of the game, and they have some information on the game itself. Um, we're not going to read through this whole entire thing here, but I am going to show some gameplay that they actually got. Actually, let me look at this. Yeah, it's very short section, so we're just going to read this. In 2005, Resident Evil 4 changed the face of survival horror. The game's phenomenal blend of action and horror combined with its revolutionary over-the-shoulder gameplay cemented it as a bona fide classic, a magic Capcom hopes to recapture with a monetized remake. That reinvention graces Game Informer covered this month. And they basically said that they visited the Capcom headquarters in Osaka, Japan. They played chapters 1 and 5 of the game, and they blah blah blah. Yeah, basically just kind of breaking down the game. And we're gonna look at some gameplay. It's not that long, and it's very short, but it's brand new gameplay of the remake. It's insane, to say the least. So, yeah, let me just see real quick. I think they have, let me see. There's new gameplay somewhere. I think we're going to go, oh, there it is. Okay. It's Twitter quality, so, keep in mind. But, here it is. Let me just say that this looks amazing, to say the least. I think the game is going to it's going to be a fucking banger, to say the least. I think it's going to be such a good game. Looking at this gameplay, obviously we've seen this, but in a few seconds here, we're going to see some brand new gameplay. So yeah, right off the bat here, so let's talk about this real quick. We have the church. This is what the church looks like in the remake. We have Ashley behind you. So here's the interesting thing. Ashley is no longer stuck to your back. She can kind of just run around as wanted, and no longer is kind of just like stuck to your back and kind of hiding behind you. Obviously, that's probably going to be in the game, but I'm assuming she can do a little bit more than that as well. And also, as you can see in the bottom right, it says that she is, she needs help. She got captured, and you needs your help. Also, on Leon's back here, we could see the rifle, which is acquired in 1-2 of the game, that you can buy from the merchants for, I think, like 7,000. So, yeah, and we also have some flashbangs on his side here, so there's that. Here's the directors of the game. And honestly, yeah, here's a new clip here, kind of with Lewis, Leon, and Ashley when they meet at the cabin. And it seems like this time around, Leon is way more like aggressive towards Lewis. He seems like he doesn't really know who this guy is and is kind of wondering like, who the hell are you and what the hell are you doing here? Like, so I think it's a nice change and I like it. Obviously, we have Ashley here. And right here, this is the church. This is the cemetery. And dude, I mean, just looking at this, man, it looks amazing. Obviously, we have Ashley here getting kind of carried away. Obviously, oh, right there, as you can see, we have this Ganado here throwing that axe at you, obviously just dodging it. And it seems, obviously, that you can actually capture, or you can actually kind of, kill the Ganado with your knife if you get close enough while they're carrying Ashley on their back. Obviously, with tons of Ganados around you. And in this inventory right here, we have the rifle. This is the mine thrower, I believe. I think. We have some grenades and we have flashbangs here. This is the handgun, and the TMP is what I assume this is. and of course the shotgun. So that is that. And I'm going to kind of go through Twitter here real quick because obviously we have more screenshots of the game. I believe, I don't know if they posted on this tweet in specific. Maybe not. But I have seen many screenshots of the game. And I kind of just am going to go through Twitter here to kind of look at these screenshots. There's the gameplay again, of course. Okay, actually, I wanted to look at this because this is very interesting, and I'm super excited for this. So, let's start off with new details and more screenshots. So we have some more screenshots here. Leon and Ashley. We've got Leon right here looking like a badass. We have this screenshot right here, which looks very interesting. Obviously, this is 2-1 with the Ganados. When it's nighttime, and it seems like in the village section, when you go back to the village, you're actually going to now encounter dogs. So that is very interesting. Obviously, this is the village, obviously, because you have this little entrance here and then this pathway, which in the previous gameplay of 3 months ago, you saw Leon kind of run past through this. So this is the village here, and it is nighttime, and you're going to encounter the dogs, which the dogs look scary, man. Let me just say, just this still frame right here, this looks menacing. And then we have one final screenshot. Obviously, there's more. I'm gonna look for more. Oh yeah, right here. But yeah, we have the merchant here, which again, the merchant's voice has changed, obviously. And I think it's about 50-50, but I feel that people need to kind of accept the new change, and everything is going to change with this remake. So we have new details about the game. So this one right here interests me and honestly gets me hyped. Side quests are now in the game. What does this mean? Basically, there has, from my knowledge and, playing Resident Evil, what does this mean? Now, this could mean anything. This could mean that, you could have a quest kind of like, thing where it shows you what kind of, what is your objective at that, I can't speak. What is your objective at that moment? And maybe in a quest menu, you could, kind of equip side quests and do that. Or what this could mean is, like there are side areas that you can go to and do some sort of new task, and get something in return. So that's what that could mean, but I'm not sure. But we'll have to see what they mean by side quests. Next up, we have new enemies, and I have seen a screenshot of the new enemy, and I'm going to look at it, and we'll look at it together. We also have a new crossbow weapon. We have no QTEs. Let me say that again. There are no QTEs in Resident Evil 4 Remake. This interests me, and honestly, I'm not sad or upset. I'm just not ecstatic. I'm not happy or excited that QTEs are gone, because I'm going to be honest, QTEs were super ahead of its time when they were added into Resident Evil 4. But with them being gone, what could this mean? Especially if Krauser is still in the game and you have to do that knife fight with him, maybe instead of having QTEs to kind of, push certain buttons in order to dodge attacks from him, maybe you're actually in the fight with him. He's, you're having a conversation while in knife fighting and you're playing the game. And that could be really, really cool. Obviously you have, of course, other things such as the, running away from the boulders and running away from the tall ass, huge Salazar statue, sorry. So those things are now gone. Now, they could still be in the game, of course, just in a different fashion. In a different way, they're going to be in the game. So that is one thing to know, is that there are no longer QTEs in the game. Next up, we can carry multiple knives, which was I was wondering when we saw, durability on the knives is, can we carry multiple? Can we carry more than one? And if we are carrying more than one, what does that mean? Are we going to be able to upgrade all the knives at once, or are we going to have to upgrade each and every knife individually? So that's something to wonder. Obviously, we have the right R3 to use the commands for Ashley, and Capcom didn't want to start from scratch, but turn everything to 11. Now I don't know necessarily what that means, but that's interesting. So we have our first screenshot here, which, looking at this screenshot, is this the castle? I'm trying to think. I'm thinking this is the castle, but we'll have to see. Next screenshot here. This is what I saw. This is the new enemy in Resident Evil 4 Remake. This is some sort of enemy with a bull's head on his face. And he has a huge axe or a huge hammer that he'll probably do tons of damage to. And it seems, as you can see, in the village, he's going to show up. And from what I'm seeing here, this seems like the barn area. You know, like if you've played the game, after you beat the village, after you get past the village with all those enemies coming around you, you go into another section of the village with a barn and cows and the dogs and chickens, everything like that. So this could be that area, and we could encounter this guy very early on, and probably he will appear throughout the village section. And next screenshot here, we have just still a screenshot of Ashley, and we have a final screenshot right here. We have a couple more screenshots to look at. We have a cutscene right here, which I don't know where this. I mean, this is in the village, of course, but in specific, I think this might be the church. So there it is. We also have the map here. We have a still frame of the map, and this is interesting to me. Obviously, on the left-hand side here, we have where you start at the beginning of the game. And you have to go through here. This is the first house that you find, and you have to kind of go through, blah, 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 boom, 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 and you encounter into the village square. This is the town hall, and this is the village manor, I believe. Yeah, that's where you meet Mendez, not for the first time, but, kind of have a little one-on-one action with each other. Obviously, here we have the church. The quarry here, and what does that say? I'm sorry, this is like very blurry, of course, but yeah, we also have other points here, but this is the village. This is what the map looks like in action. So it looks good. It looks dope. It's looking good so far. One final screenshot here, or no, two final. We have two more. So this is the new enemy again. Of course, we have Luis right here on right here. Where is this specifically? I don't know. This could just be in the cabin. You might encounter him in the cabin, have to fight off this guy in the cabin fight. Or maybe Luis is going to appear more in the game as a side character, kind of helping you out, being more of a character that will help you attack and kill enemies along with the game. So that could be it. And obviously we have the save point here, which seems like a castle part. I'm not sure though, but there's that. And the writer from GI says this is a lot more faithful than RE2 and RE3. Of course, more than RE3, but more than RE2. Very interesting, and honestly, gets me insanely excited for this game. Obviously, we have some more high quality gameplay here. Oh, we're gonna mute that, and yep. So this is more high quality, obviously. I mean, way more high quality. Twitter quality, of course, being absolutely shit. We can kind of skim through here, I guess. Of course, same gameplay. But man, dude, this game, man, it's going to be insanely good. It's going to be good, man. I think this game is going to be possibly one of the best, if not the best, Resident Evil game we have ever seen. We have a couple more screenshots here. Of course, more inventory action with including the Red 9, and that's the Red 9 right there. I mean, it's insane, and it looks like on his back that might be the stock for the Red 9, so maybe you can there's attachments on your back that you can actually see. We saw that screenshot, and here's another screenshot of Ashley and Leon together. So yeah, I mean, man, I mean, just looking at these screenshots, looking at this new gameplay that we've seen, this game is going to be insane. Um, and we have, I guess we could look at this real quick. Originally didn't want to do the remake. So originally Capcom was like, I don't know if we want to do the remake, but they had a change of heart, I guess, or they kind of just thought about it and they're like, you know what? Let's go ahead and do the remake. So originally, think about that. Originally, we weren't supposed to get an RE4 remake. We were originally, probably after Resident Evil Village, just going to move on to RE9 or potentially get a Resident Evil Outbreak remake or potentially a new entire game, Resident Evil game. So that's something to think about. Obviously, they didn't want to start from scratch, obviously, but they kind of it looks like they've changed a lot. Laser sight is an upgrade. Obviously, if you've seen that in the original trailer of the gameplay 3 months ago, you would see that you can now trade your you can trade in your gems that you find for a laser sight as an attachment instead of being a just one thing that is on your gun right from the start of the game. And yellow herbs are in the game. Ground executions can prevent plagas from forming. Also, I think I've seen some screenshots of Las Plagas, like the plagas coming out of their heads, so we'll have to look at those. R2 to command Ashley. There are no dumpsters for Ashley to hide in this time. So no dumpsters. You can't hide Ashley. You have to have her behind your back, which interests me and kind of makes me think maybe this time Ashley can actually be useful and maybe fight off against the enemies this time around. Who knows? Ashley does not have a health bar, but if she's damaged too much, she will need to be revived. Okay, she'll die if attacked again in the state. So if she's in the state of being, in the revived, she needs to be a revived state. If she gets attacked again, she will die. Very interesting. When I'm just thinking about that, that's interesting. So Ashley does not have a health bar, and if she gets damaged way too much, she's going to get revived? Like, is this Call of Duty? Are we playing Call of Duty now? So that's interesting. There's a new bolt thrower weapon has been added. So maybe in the screenshots, that wasn't the mine thrower. That was actually the bolt thrower, new added crossbow weapon to the game. There's also a new enemy that wields a hammer and wears a bull mask. And there's more enemies also teased by Capcom. There are side quests in the game. Can be numerous things such as fetch quests, puzzles, and more. Thank God. And honestly, that sounds very, very interesting, and I'm super excited to see what those are going to be, such as, solving different puzzles but going aside and solving some puzzle that is not in the main quest. You don't have to do it, but if you want to, you're going to do it. And obviously, me being a Resident Evil expert and 100%ing every single game that I've played, obviously I'm going to probably do every single thing that I can in this game, such as every single side quest. The attaché case can have perks now, such as increasing ammo drops. So maybe when you're going to the merchant to buy different items, you can actually buy a perk for your attaché case, so you can increase the amount of ammo that you get from drops, which is very cool and very much kind of is telling me that this game is going to be way more difficult, maybe even more difficult than RE2 Remake. Because RE2 Remake, I mean, here's the thing, RE2 Remake wasn't that hard on hardcore, but it kind of makes me think maybe this is going to be, maybe there's like a secret difficulty, after you beat the game, just like the original. When you play the game on normal, you get unlock professional difficulty, which isn't that hard, but you take more damage, and everything is kind of there are things that have changed. So very interesting. And you can barricade during the house section like an RE2 Remake. So when you're in the house, or I assume maybe even the cabin section here, what they're saying is you can actually board the windows just like in the RE2 Remake, which is very interesting and honestly could be cool. And the game blends horror and action very well. So that's kind of it for that. And I'm trying to look for these last. Oh, there they are. Okay, yeah, this is the dogs Las Plagas coming out of their back, and then here we have the enemies with the Las Plagas coming out of their head, which, let me just say, it looks dope. It looks really dope, and it looks insane. I love it. Um, but yeah, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna end off the video there. If you guys enjoyed, and let me know in the comments, are you excited for the RE4 remake? I myself am insanely hyped for this game. I've been waiting for years at this point. Ever since the RE2 remake, I've been waiting years for this remake to happen. And to think that they weren't originally going to do this remake now, it's kind of mind-blowing that they're actually, they're going through with it, and it seems to be way more faithful than RE3 and RE2 remake. So that gets me even more excited. Now, questions of when the demo will drop, I'm not sure. Very much, my guess would be the end of February, early March. That's when you can expect the demo for the RE4 remake, because they want to build up hype, especially with these new screenshots and gameplay. They're gonna continue to build up this hype for this game, and by the end, I would assume next month, we're gonna be getting a RE showcase, and in that showcase, they're gonna reveal the demo release date. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in the next one.